cloudy with some sunlight today. At least there's no rain, I guess, or watch it start raining all of a sudden. And what's going on today? Seems like a lot more news about, I guess, war-related items. For example, this one talks about how DJI is still, I guess, making a lot of money despite the US blacklisting them. To my knowledge, that's mainly for government use, for example. This one says, Chinese drone maker DJI is dominating the market despite being blacklisted by the US. A lot of the drones you see in those Ukraine, I guess, posts and so forth that are war-related with drones, they often do show DJI drones. This one says, drones of several varieties have been used on the battlefield during Russia's invasion of Ukraine, including makes from DJI. The global drone market is expected to grow from $30.6 billion in 2022 to $55.8 billion by 2030, according to a report by Drone Industry Insights. DJI dominates more than 70% of that market. DJI's first commercially successful product was the Phantom drone, which DJI founder Frank Wang claims made DJI the first company to bring, quote, military-grade technology to the public. Actually, one funny thing in terms of that term, military-grade, I know for a lot of people, you would assume that means, oh, it must be like super high-tech, super high-quality, it can withstand a bullet, like that type of mentality, but in reality, to my understanding, it's more of a marketing lingo when it's used in a consumer point of view, because military grade could just mean they will use it. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the highest of quality. It could be literally just the cheapest and most efficient product that works. That's what it literally could mean too. So it's kind of a misconception there. And it says here, the unfortunate thing is that DJI drones are very reliable, so it becomes a product of choice even for those who want to use a drone inappropriately. Adam Welsh, DJI's head of global policy, told CNBC, a recent controversy around DJI products being used for warfare isn't the only problem the company has faced. In December 2021, the Shenzhen-based drone maker was placed on an investment blacklist by the US government, banning American investors from buying or selling shares in the company. The move is largely symbolic, however, since DJI is a private company. So, all in all, it seems like they're still doing pretty well. I would imagine so if they're selling, let's just say, thousands of drones, even like just say for military use and all that. That's kind of expected. I would imagine there's still tons of people that use the products, obviously, and the only time it would really have that much of an impact if there was a complete ban. Let's just say what China does to American platforms, like say a YouTube or a Google, like that type of thing. If they ban it like that, then I could see that really hurting the company. But for now, I guess it is what? Geopolitics, is that what people call it? I think ultimately too, it's really hard for countries to just completely ban one or another if they're so reliant on them and they kind of build their workflow. Just like with all the news of these war quote drones, they use parts from everywhere, like what, even here in Canada. So imagine that if they start saying, no, we'll just ban any type of item from that country, doesn't matter if it's like a screwdriver or something, we'll ban the use of it, which I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon anyways. And more news about China balloons flying around. Again, what's going on here? It seems like it's all of a sudden, it seems kind of weird. This one says what? China admits second surveillance balloon flying over Latin America is theirs. In a Monday press briefing, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning confirmed for the first time that a large white balloon transiting Latin American airspace is a Chinese vessel. The Colombian Air Force has been tracking the balloon since Friday. Through news of its presence was largely eclipsed by a different Chinese surveillance balloon that made headlines last week as it passed over the continental US. Sources told Global News the vessel, a suspected spy balloon, also spent time in Canadian airspace. And then they talk about how that balloon was shot down and so forth. But yeah, again, it's kind of weird how this is all popping up all of a sudden, isn't it? And it says here, quote, in terms of what happened, it was affected by weather and due to its limited self-control ability, the airship severely deviated from its set route and entered the space of Latin America and the Caribbean by accident, Mao said. China is a responsible country. We have always strictly abided by international law. We have informed all relevant parties and appropriately handled the situation, which did not pose any threats to any countries. So what's going on here, huh? Is there actually a legitimate concern? Is it just fear-mongering per se? Again, I just find it kind of weird where it popped up all of a sudden. Alright, see you guys later.